I'm officially pressing going live. So we are going live now, Dad. It is live on
Awesome.
Facebook.
Meeting is now
I'm
streaming live. You are now recording. You
recording to the
got the
computer.
awesome.
It's
Welcome
still,
everyone
wait,
who's
you can,
joining
yeah,
us on Facebook. We're getting ready to record episode.
20.
What episode?
20.
Benta. We're going to record episode
What?
20. Benta.
What?
Benta.
Okay.
Yeah. So, are you?
I'm
It
working
says we're
on
recording.
making it. Oh, dag nab. I didn't push.
It's okay.
And
It's ready
I'm-
now.
It's ready now. But one of these days, I'm going to figure out how to make it bigger so that I can watch the comments without
Uh-huh.
making the volume come up really loud. But I'm ready.
Gotcha.
We
Can you
go
still
whenever.
see comments now?
Yeah, I can see comments now. We good,
All right.
Dad.
We good. All right. Well, guys, we're getting ready to record episode 20.
Mhm.
Those of you who are joining with Facebook, we got a big day for us today. We're good to go. Welcome, interwebs, to the recording of episode 20. That's 20 for all you non-Spanish speaking folks out there in the interwebs. This is the 20th episode of Sis and Big Pops Culture. I am Big Pops, aka Todd Turner, also known as Mosaic Fan Art. And as always, my lovely co-host.
I interrupted you. Sorry about that, Dad. I am Sis, aka Hannah Jo, and together we are an adult daughter and father duo, and we dive into all things geek, nerd, and fandom. Every episode is rated E for everyone.
We are family friendly.
We have quite a few things we're getting into today. We have some news about some movies and some media, as per the usual. Dad has pulled some comic books for us from his stash this week that we're going to go over. We're going to talk about what we're binging. Dad, I actually started watching something this week.
Awesome. I can't wait to talk about it.
We are going to talk, y'all. We are going to talk about the best Cinderella movie ever today. We're going to talk about Roger and Hammerstein's Cinderella, and we're going to talk about the first two issues where Black Panther is introduced, and we're going to end our episode off today with some WandaVision spoilers.
That's right, but we won't get into those until toward the end. So listen without worrying of spoiler. We are spoilage free. That
Until
sounds
the end.
weird. Spoilage.
Spoiler.
So check the expiration date on that carton of milk, folks. Don't taste it or sniff it. Just dump it if it's past the expiration date. No matter how hard your wife wants you to smell it or sniff it or taste it, just dump it. It ain't worth it. So anyway,
Dad, I have a piece of news that I just found out today that I have to tell you this
right.
exact second.
Go do it. Tell me.
The Department of Truth
Yes?
is coming to TV.
No, where?
It's coming to TV.
Oh, wait, I just said nowhere.
No.
No, comma, where?
So it hasn't been optioned yet for a place, but they are writing a script.
Well, heck yeah, because
A
it's
script
fantastic.
is being written for it. I saw it on the Nerdy this morning. I'm going to pull it up. Department
On
of
the
Truth.
Nerdy.
Yeah,
Is that a really place called?
Yeah, the Nerdy. It's where I get my nerd news from.
Oh, cool. I get mine from Geek Tyrant or superheroes.com.
The Nerdy is where I live my life,
Awesome.
man.
You
The
are
Department of
nerdy.
Truth is headed to television to expose all of the conspiracy theories to all of the world. James Tinian?
Yeah, Tiny Onion.
James Tinian IV comic book, The Department of Truth, is headed to
IV.
television
It's
screens.
James Tinian the Fourth.
Ugh.
You just said IV.
Roman numerals.
Roman numerals are hard.
Oh no.
Love it.
Oh, okay.
Hey, IV.
James Tinian the Fourth's comic book, The Department of Truth, is headed to television screens. Elizabeth Murdoch, Stacey Snider, and Jane Featherstone have picked up the rights via their sister production banner. Tyrion, who currently writes the Batman series for DC, is co-writing.
So you would think that might end up on HBO Max then,
Mm-hmm.
wouldn't you? With that. Here's another bit of news that, well, I'm excited about that because I think Department of Truth was one of my favorite news series of last year.
And it was excellent, and I think it would be a great TV show.
Yeah. And
Like, I really think it would be an interesting, like, fun, like, kind of Blacklist-esque TV show.
Yeah, it'll definitely be for the adult ages.
For sure,
I'm
for
using
sure.
a lot of ages today. The another show that got picked up is Tim Burton's live action Addams Family.
That was also on my list.
Oh, I stole some of your news.
You
Sorry.
did. It's
But
okay.
Netflix.
Not a big deal. Yeah, Netflix. And it's not, so you said Addams, but it's not the entire family. It's focusing on Wednesday. It's called Wednesday, I think.
Really?
And so it's a live action.
No, I saw that. I saw a Wednesday thing, but then I thought there was something else too. I could be wrong.
What I have read is that it's an 8-part live action miniseries directed by Tim Burton. The first time Tim Burton's ever done anything for TV. He's only ever done movies. And that she's a spy at a school.
It sounds an awful lot like the Umbrella Academy type.
It feels like that. It feels like weird Nancy Drew.
Hogwarts versus
Weird Nancy
Umbrella
Drew.
Academy versus Weird Nancy Drew. Well, that might be.
I'm
cool.
here for it. I like Wednesday Addams. I think she's fun. I really like
some
her
people you either
depiction.
love or hate Tim Burton. So I like Tim Burton, although I'm not a fan of Nightmare Before Christmas, but we talked about that, right?
You don't like Nightmare Before Christmas. You did not like that at all.
I do like Tim Burton. I have a lot of Tim Burton tie-in type stuff today. We could go down the Tim Burton rabbit hole in just news.
Take some more news then, Dad.
Okay,
those are other than the Cruella commercial,
which we'll talk about. Yeah,
that's all the news that I have.
So Tim Burton directed the 1989 Batman movie, which was the first Batman with Jack Nicholson as the Joker and Michael
was a
Keaton as
good
Batman.
movie.
Fantastic. And so DC is creating a digital-only comic book series that takes place right after Batman 89 and Superman 78, so the original Christopher Reeves movie.
Okay.
So they're going to have comic books come out digital only that follow.
That's cool.
Yeah, that is pretty cool, except for the fact that I don't
You don't like digital comic books.
And we'll talk about that when we get there because I purchased my first ever digital comic
book set today. Yeah.
This week. And we'll talk about it.
Okay.
So I thought that was interesting. Also, do you know who does all of Tim Burton's music? The guy's name
I'm
is
shaking my head now.
Danny Elfman.
Yes, because he didn't sing. He did sing?
Yes, he was the singing voice of Jack Skellington. Yeah.
Jack,
he was also
the Nightmare King.
He's also the lead singer of Oingo Boingo.
Yes, I need
It's a dead man's party. Who could ask for more? Anyway, dead man, leave your body at the door. He will be doing the score for what Marvel movie do you think Danny Elfman's music would be great in an upcoming Marvel
Thor
movie? No. Doctor Strange.
That's what I was going to. That was my second guess. That was my second guess.
Okay. Yeah. So he's going to be doing the score for that. So I think that'd be fantastic.
Interesting.
Yeah. So those are my Danny Elfman tie-ins. So we watched 3 new trailers.
We did. 3 trailers. One of them I had already watched. I'd already watched Cruella, and that was already on my list before you sent it to me.
Okay, well, let's talk about Cruella. So
Cruella
know. Is a Disney. It's going to be PG-13. How in the world? Okay, you ready for the funny part of it?
Yeah.
There was a warning on the trailer on Disney that said cigarette smoking was the warning. Which is funny because one of the girls in my small group was like, she thought it was funny that they put that warning on there, not dog killer. You know, this is a girl who
goes after dogs, man.
Puppies. But we're worried about adults smoking.
Well, they have those little things that pop up now on the Disney Plus. Like, this was created in this time. This is not what we think anymore.
Right. So, but this wasn't. This is created now. So, what do you think?
It feels Joker-esque.
That's what somebody else had said. It's like the Todd Phillips Joker, which is the one that just came out.
Yeah.
It's not going to be that creepy.
I don't think it's going to be that creepy, but I also think that that's what they're doing to this character.
Gotcha.
Like, you know what I mean? Like, it doesn't feel like when I think of Cruella, I think of
Glenn Close,
the OG animation, and Glenn Close. I think of Glenn Close, and she was silly.
She was silly,
but silly.
Still a little bit,
a little strange, and a little like, oh no, like you can't
so
be
they
okay
basically
and want to kill puppies.
Yeah, but I think this person, they actually want us to root for Cruella. Now, the only good thing that I really am excited about is the cast. I think Emma Stone and Emma Thompson, the double Emma times squared.
Mm-hmm. I've heard speculation that the original Cruella is Emma Thompson, and then Emma Stone like takes her place.
Oh, really? Like this is a new? Nah, really?
No,
Like this is Cruella part two?
No, like the cruel, like
Gotcha,
the
cruel devil. Mm-hmm.
and then like Emma Stone is like, "Hello, it's me now."
Yeah,
Like that kind of vibe.
It looks a little creepy for
I'm not here for
a Disney
it.
movie.
I'm gonna watch it because Emma Stone is a phenomenal actress. She is such a good actress.
My favorite thing she ever did was the rap battle with Jimmy.
Do you know the reason why you enjoyed it? It's because she was acting so well.
That's true too. No, she was straight up singing that song.
I know, but have you never sang a song and acted, Dad? I know you have. I know you've sang a song and acted
right
before.
Now. Never.
False.
That's totally against everything I believe in.
That's a lie.
It is false. All right, so that was the first trailer. Another trailer we watched was a red band trailer. For those of you who don't know what that means, you shouldn't watch red band trailers at work. Now, a red band trailer is it's basically rated R.
It means it's the rated R trailer. Because
Correct.
when you go watch a movie, and like if you go watch a PG-13 movie or something like that, and you're sitting there watching trailers and the screen goes red before
it would never go red in a PG-13 movie.
No, it has before. There's been a rated R commercial in a PG-13 movie before when I went and saw Knives Out.
But it was for a rated R movie, but it wasn't a rated R trailer. They can't show anything in a movie
maybe
theater.
I'm thinking wrong. Maybe this was like when I went and saw the new Suicide Squad movie.
Which they can, because if someone is there to see a rated R movie, they can show a rated R trailer.
Okay, never mind. Sorry. Ooh. Bonk.
So,
sorry, my bad.
Yeah, so this is a red band trailer, which means for adults only, which means they can show anything that's in the movie. So if it's a rated R movie, so you just watch it at your own risk. Right. This one says the big bad word once at the end of the trailer.
Missed it.
I
heard finish him.
Okay, we didn't even tell them what we watched.
Oh, sorry.
We watched the red band trailer for Mortal Kombat, which is supposed to be coming out. And I think it's coming out on HBO Max.
It's coming out on HBO Max, man.
Like
it's coming out in like a couple months. Like it's not a long time from now.
Listen, I don't know if you know this or not, but before you were born, so this is
okay.
Well, after I would get off of work at Walmart, this is back when there were still console video games out as you come in and out of the store. There would be kids there who were like really good at video games.
Oh yeah.
And they would be sitting there playing
with quarters
Mortal Kombat. Yes. And I would just sit there and watch them play Mortal Kombat.
Fun.
They had friendship fatalities and then fatalities and whatever. But
I am so confused about all of it.
Yeah. Basically it's just a video game where you would fight each other. And you would have certain
they've
powers.
Like given lore to this now.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
And here for some world building and some like lore to be a part of it. Like 10 out of 10 there for that. The guy with the who didn't have arms but then did have arms.
Jax.
Oh,
yes.
That was dope.
Yeah.
That was so cool. That was rad, man.
He has like robot arms.
Oh, that was so cool. And the
I
ice
actually
guy is
am
creepy.
more Sub-Zero.
Oh.
I sent a meme out that said that Sub-Zero wins when it was so cold and everybody was icing over. But that was bad. Yeah.
Tyler R is like Mortal Kombat with like all caps, like ton of exclamation points.
I'm actually more excited to see this than Cruella.
Same.
But it'll be something that I have to watch. Your mom won't want to watch this movie.
Well, is it coming out on my birthday? Maybe we could watch it.
April 16th, I think.
Oh, never mind then.
But we can do a watch party.
We could do a watch party.
Heck yeah. Woo. So the last trailer
this was cool, Dad.
Watched is called Playing with Power, the Nintendo story. It's a 5-part limited series, apparently. Mm-hmm. And I haven't been able to find out on what platform it's coming out. I'm sure it's out there.
It starts with the C. It said it at the very end.
Like CBS All Access?
No, like one that I've never heard of before in my entire life.
Okay, Cocoa Puffs?
I'm going to Google it while you continue to talk about
I'm Coco for Cocoa Puffs. The cool thing is it's narrated by our favorite Hobbit, Sean
Ugh.
Astin, and it basically talks about the beginning of Nintendo and how it came to be, and then how it struggled, and
Hmm.
it's called "Playing with Power: The Nintendo Story." Uh, I I really this looks pretty cool. I don't know us. We are a Nintendo family, but
We are.
basically,
Like I've had all of the
Hannah
consoles.
Hannah and Miriam aren't really big into video
I
games
would
as
like
a
to
child.
pause. I know
As a
you
child,
bought me all of them as a child. I
yeah,
had
but
the
you
original, I had the green like stood up straight, had the thick cartridge that went in, and then I had the red one that flipped open and the little cartridge went in, and then I had a DS a red one that flipped up. I can grab it. I have
I
my
trust
DS
you.
still.
I trust you.
So I'm just
We
saying, I was here for it, and then
okay.
Nathan was more here for it than I was.
That's true.
And so
That's true.
that's what we remember because he was more
We
here for it.
we gravitated towards Nintendo because I thought it was not as violent, to be honest
Mm.
with you. It didn't have as much mature stuff, and that's why we did that. But this movie looks very interesting. It talks about the struggles they had and how they took what they had for granted, and um, I'm here. It's a Mario.
Crackle.
Crackle's free, I think. We can watch stuff on Crackle for
Can we?
freeze. I'm pretty darn sure. I have the Crackle app.
Okay, well,
That sounds
it's
nasty.
for
I
free
got the
on
Crackle
Crackle.
app.
It's on
the
Crackle.
cra- the Crackle app. That sounds bad.
I'm really excited about it. I really like what you said. I really enjoy like I have a couple games that I like to play on my DS still. I got a Nintendo Switch for my birthday, kind of for my birthday.
You did.
I got it
Yeah.
for, I mean, it wasn't on my
Animal
birthday,
Crossing.
but I got it for my birthday. And then I got Animal Crossing and I have Link's Awakening and I play that.
Okay.
So
Yeah.
I'm here for it. I think it will be interesting to see because it seems like oftentimes when you like watch those types of documentaries, at least what I've noticed is that it's like very one-sided and it's like, "Oh,
This doesn't look one-sided.
it
Looks
doesn't,"
like
which is what I'm
because
excited about.
they interviewed somebody who like works for Xbox, I thought.
Hmm.
I thought I saw that on the thing.
So I
Or
think that they're going to talk about like how it was a monopoly in gaming and then it wasn't and then what that did for Nintendo and like how they've differentiated
I don't know
themselves from
that you
other
would consider that
games
a
and stuff
monopoly,
like
or the
that.
fact that nobody else thought about doing it. I mean,
Isn't that what a
they
monopoly
took what
is?
Atari, I don't know. Maybe they did. Who knows? Did you
Well,
see that they cast the first Latino Supergirl?
I did, I think.
Her name, I don't know. It's called Sasha Calais. She's going to be Supergirl in the Flash movie.
Cool.
I don't know who she is, but apparently she got a daytime Emmy for being in The Young and the Restless.
Oh, cool. I've
I
never watched
am,
that show. I've heard it was good though. Like I've heard
The
good
Young
things
and the
about that show.
Restless is a soap opera.
Oh, then never mind.
Yeah, that isn't what you want to watch. No,
What did
I'm
I
not.
hear about Restless?
I don't know, but Young and the Restless is about soap opera. It's one of those things that when it comes on where I work, I have to turn the channel.
Oh, well, never mind. Never mind. I don't know what I'm talking about at this point. Carry on.
Two more things, but
Mm.
I want to get through them really quick.
Okay, fast.
Edgar Wright, the guy who directed Shaun of the Dead
Ah,
and Hot
we
Fuzz,
stan. We stan at World's
and
End.
and is directing a remake of Stephen King's movie The Running Man, which starred um, Arnold Schwarzenegger back in the day, which you've never seen.
No.
It's the funny thing is in the original movie they took Richard Dawson, who was the look at this light on my nose if you're watching live. Richard Dawson, who was the host of Family Feud, and made him the villain in The Running Man. Great. I love the movie. Great. I say great because it has good memories. I'm sure it's not a great movie, but yeah. So basically what happens is that if you're tried and of like some crime, you can either do the time or be part of this game show where you have to run through these series of challenges, basically
Pass.
people trying to kill you. And if you get to
Pass.
the end, you win paradise. But you come to find out that's not true. Everybody ends up dying. They get killed at the end.
It's
But
like Logan's Run or something like that. Like you just go
well,
up into the sky and get zapped.
no, they actually you're like trying to get to the end of the game, and if you get to the end alive, you get your freedom. and you fight all these different warriors, and the people can choose, like the people watching the game show can choose like who they want to fight to try to kill the guy.
Hate it.
Yeah, it was a fun movie.
Back to Young and the Restless.
Yes.
We got a comment. Ben H. used to watch that with his grandma. True story.
Well, I used to watch like sands through the hourglass. So are the days of our lives. Yes, we all watched. My generation, we all watched soap operas with our grandmas. Just the way it was.
Nope.
Yeah, cool.
I went over to Mimi's house and we watched Total Drama Island on Cartoon Network when she made me hot chocolate.
That's because she didn't watch soap operas. Yeah.
No.
And then one last thing, in Fantastic 432, we're on issue 29 right now. The Bride of Doom. Dr. Doom's getting a bride.
He's getting. Did he create her?
No, I don't think so.
Okay, good.
That would be. I don't know. Who knows?
Because you said the bride of, and anytime someone says the bride of, I'm like, oh no, somebody made her.
Nope.
Okay.
That's it. Nerd news.
Boop, boop, boop. So, Dad.
Yes.
I've binged a couple things.
Okay. What have you been watching? Did you finish What's Its Face?
No.
Okay.
I'm on the last season. I have like 10 more episodes.
I said What's Its Face, but nobody else in the
I know I'm getting ready to say it.
Okay.
I have like 10 more episodes of Big Bang Theory left.
Gotcha.
And I don't want it to be over, and so I've stopped watching it.
Okay.
I will go back to it in a little bit.
I totally agree with that. I do it all the time.
So, yes, last time we recorded in the we record early afternoon.
Mm-hmm.
I went over to one of my pals' house. It was Valentine's Day, and we watched all of the Boys I Loved Before movies.
You know that popped up on my list.
One right after the other. You're welcome. It was me. I did that.
Nice.
I watched all three of them. I love TikTok. As you're well aware. And there have been I keep getting these weird little these videos of these College Humor people playing a Dungeons and Dragons game.
Gotcha.
And this guy, the DM or the GM, the game master or the dungeon master, whatever it is that you call your preference. I like
Dungeon
DM better
master.
too.
Mm-hmm.
His name is Brennan, and he does a phenomenal job with storytelling and with lore and with all of these voices, and it's so much fun. And there's these.
Okay, is this going to tie into all these boys I've hated before or whatever?
No, I was just telling you that I watched all of them.
Oh, gotcha. Okay, gotcha.
I've changed subjects now.
Okay, I totally missed it. So this is something else you're binging. What's this on?
This is something else I'm binging.
YouTube,
this is on
TikTok.
YouTube. It's on.
Okay,
I
gotcha.
saw it on TikTok, and then I was like, I should check this out. It looks like it's called Dimension 20. I'll just Google it. I'm sure I'll find something.
Gotcha.
And all of I'm watching through the Fantasy High one right now, and it's these freshmen who've created an adventuring party and are getting into hijinks and are going to this adventuring school to learn how to be better
real people?
heroes. Yeah, these are real people playing in Dungeons and Dragons game, and they're all college college dropout hosts. College Dropout is a comedy troupe.
Okay, gotcha.
And they do.
I thought you meant literally. Okay.
No, College Dropout is this thing on YouTube, and they do no, not College Dropout. It's College Humor. And
yes.
it's Dropout TV is
Gotcha.
where it's streamed on.
Understood.
So
and the
it's
name
all
of it is called
Dimension 20.
Dimension 20.
And so they did this run in 2018, and that's what I'm watching right now, called Fantasy High. And it's hysterical. It is for grown-ups. And it is funny.
See,
it's
isn't that funny?
Laugh out loud kind of. I'm cackling. There's this guy whose name's Fabian Seacaster. The guy who plays him his actual name is Lou, and his dad is a swashbuckler, and he's like, "Papa, Dad, I love you, Papa." That's how he talks to his dad. He
That's
talks
so
in
funny.
real life. It's just so good. I giggle at it. I just
see. That's funny because I told you about that stuff of Legends that I watched on YouTube. Yeah. It is funny watching people. I guess
it depends on the campaign, because I've watched Critical Role, and Critical Role is funny, but Critical Role is serious.
Yeah,
they
that's what I listen to.
Stuff.
Is that the podcast I listen to? Would Johnny be good lightly or whatever?
No, that's Join the Party. That's a podcast.
Join the Party.
So
That's a
Critical
podcast.
Role is another thing that you can watch on YouTube.
Wait a minute. That's the comic
the
book I
one-
had.
Yeah, there's a comic book you had.
Gotcha. On Free
Yeah.
Comic Book Day last year, I got a Critical Role. Yeah, I
Yeah.
could see where that could be very serious.
I mean, it's they're still really funny and they
Exactly.
get into some hijinks.
Well,
but Dimension 20 is pretty much just funny.
I got you. Yeah, humor.
So far, at
That's
least.
funny.
Yeah.
That's cool.
I'm really enjoying it. I'm on episode 6.
And that's on YouTube for our adult ages. Well, I am going back through all the DC movies. So,
Why?
well, I'm just getting ready for the Snyder Cut, and I
Okay,
wanted to give
fair,
them another
fair,
chance.
Fair.
And I'm here to tell you now that the Batman Superman Dawn of Justice movie that is out on HBO Max is like an extended version.
Mm-hmm.
It is 100 times better than the original movie. Actually, I think if they would have done that movie instead, now granted, it's like 3.5 hours long. It's
We
much
love,
longer.
they make those
I
kinds
know.
of movies though and make money off of them. Lord of the Rings, my dude.
Yes. You get better character development. You see more the way I believe it was intended to be portrayed. Here, a lot of people gave them down the road because it was dark. Yes, it's dark. But if you're going to go that way, just stick with it and don't
You
try
just
to
do
add the
it.
humor, which is what I'm hoping that when we get this Snyder Cut, that's what we get. Because
Yeah.
I watched that, which I thought was fantastic. And then I watched the Justice League, which then again is
Awful.
terrible.
Awful.
My issue with it is the forced humor in it.
I thought
if
the
you're-
Flash character was good and funny.
I couldn't stand him.
Oh, I thought he was phenomenal. I don't think
No.
that they used him well.
No.
But his
I didn't like
character
him at
was
all.
cool.
You and I can disagree with this till the cows come home because
That
I
actor
thought he was
is
the. I'm not
that
saying
actor's
anything
really
about the
cool.
actor. It is poorly. Flash is not. Oh, I need friends. I'm
I know
tripping
nothing
over my
about
own
Flash.
feet. No, that's the whole thing I didn't much care for. The just forcing little humor things in there, and then Batman trying to be funny. I mean,
Batman's
I don't know. Batman's not funny. He can be in certain aspects, but I don't know. So anyway, I just finished Suicide Squad last night.
Hmm.
All my friends. What's that song?
What a good
No,
movie.
all my something
friends are
friends
heathens.
Yes,
Heathens
that was
by
that's at the
21 Pilots.
that's at the end of the movie. So yes,
I love the movie.
I started
so
laughing out loud
much.
when Will Smith's character was trying to explain how to find a hypotenuse to his daughter and she said, so if you're up on the top of the building and the guy down there you want to shoot and then you angle, is that the hypotenuse? He's like, yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I mean,
but
you gotta
in
take
real
other
life-
things in consideration,
in
like
real life, you
like
got to keep it
air velocity, like wind speed,
and the weight of the bullet, and yeah, that's so funny. So yeah, I'm back to rewatching them, and I actually like the Superman movie better,
Hmm.
and the Batman Dawn of Justice Superman movie a whole lot better. Justice League is still horrible, and
Suicide Squad is the best DC movie you've ever seen.
No, it is what you expect. It is just candy. All right.
It's phenomenal candy,
No, it's not.
like Sour
It's
Patch
not.
Kids, man.
Yeah, Sour Patch Kids, right. It's sweet and sour at the same time. And you get raw jaw if you eat too many of them.
Daddy.
Yeah. You do. That sugar coating is just rough.
Yeah, you're right.
Oh.
I'm with you.
So anyway, that was
What do
it.
you-
That's what I'm binging.
What are you? What'd you pull for us this week?
Well, I had so many comic books I want to talk about, and it's really bugging me because I have to narrow it down. So we're
How many did you pick for us to talk about then?
I have a bunch, but we're not going to do that. I'm just going to hit on some minor points. Okay.
Okay, minor points. Lots of comics.
So first of all, King in Black is coming to an end. You come to find out that the Null, which is the villain, is like the ultimate darkness, and the light is what's going to fight him. And there was a character that they introduced ages ago called Captain Universe. So if anybody wants to look him up, I'm giving away. This is it. So I'm giving it away. Captain Universe was like a entity that would give his power or her power to one individual for a period of time, and then it would disappear. Then it would go somewhere else, whatever. And he was like, it was like all blue, half white with stars, white stars.
Weird.
So
okay.
but you come to find out that at the end of this book, that Eddie Brock, they call it the Enigma Force, but you come to find out it's really Captain Universe. So he's getting Captain Universe's power to fight the darkness. So it looked that I like. That was
That's cool though.
Another
Eddie
issue
Brock,
is
Sandman.
no, Venom.
Oh, okay,
Which
yeah, you're right.
Venom.
You're right.
Yeah.
Oh, I see. Hey,
Yeah.
Venom, what up?
Explain, because this is an auditory medium, but we're on a.
Oh yeah, sorry, Dad.
We're filming live on Facebook, and I have a Venom mosaic in the background.
He does. He made some symbiote mosaics. He has a Carnage and he has a Venom.
And I'm working on Antivenom.
You are.
So Donny Cates in his run on Thor just got crazy big. So
What happened?
remember we talked about Thor being separated from Donald Blake?
Yes.
And Donald Blake is going around and trying to knock off all the people who ever had the power of Thor to gain their power.
Beta Ray Bill?
He already messed around with Beta Ray Bill.
Oh,
but
no, Beta Ray Bill.
No, it's going to be cool because Beta Ray Bill's getting his own comic book coming out.
Oh, dope.
And it's going to be written and drawn by the same dude who did Wonder Woman Dead Earth that I loved.
That's cool. Yeah.
But this book opens up with him fighting back in the 80s. Thor was turned into a frog. Throg.
He's fighting a frog.
And Donald Blake is fighting the Thor frog. But he's utilizing a character from the Inhumans called Lockjaw, which is a giant dog that has the ability to teleport all over the place.
Mm-hmm.
So it's this giant dog and frog looking like Thor battling Donald Blake. And they're like, they finally capture Donald Blake. They take him to a doctor. Guess who they take him to? Doctor
Thor.
Strange. And he beats the snot out of Doctor Strange. Then they take him to Jane Foster, who is a Valkyrie now, like a Valkyrie / Thor. She has the power of Thor.
Dope.
And she ends up leaving and going to this bar at the end of the universe type deal and says at the end, listen, it's time for you to knock it off. Quit acting like you're dead. You need to take care of some business. It's time to clean up your mess, Odin. So Odin's not dead after all. He's just like
just chilling at a bar, as he would.
With a crew cut and a big long beard and an eye patch.
Oh my goodness.
So
gracious.
I'm really stoked for this. So that was that issue.
That's so fun.
I read a new book today by Boom this week by Boom Studios, although it says it's by Kaboom.
Kaboom!
Called Orcs.
I like
and
orcs.
It is sort of like, instead of let's look at how the elves or the hobbits or dwarves are dealing with everything, let's make the orcs. Let's have feelings for the orcs. So the orcs it is really pretty good book. It is sort of silly. It looks like
you
it
would
could be
expect
for younger audience.
I was gonna say, I wonder if Kaboom is there more of like child friendly, like rebrand.
Could be. It doesn't really tell me what age is appropriate for this. I would say middle school kids could read this. It's funny. They go into an elf land, and the one elf is like, like the green or whatever, and the one elf is like, "Thou they comest," and the other elf's like, "Why are you talking like that?" He's like talking like you would think elves would talk, and the other elf's like, "You don't have to." He goes, "We have to go battle them." And they're like, "No, they're in the land of there's like these squirrels that are so angry. This one squirrel actually destroyed another squirrel to take over the squirrel power.
Angry squirrels.
They are battling the orcs. So yeah,
That's
looks
funny.
really fun, and I'm going to continue reading it. It's called Orcs. It's put out by Kaboom Studio. Issue 1 just came out. It's created by Christine Larson, written and illustrated by the same lady, Christine Larson. So, yeah, I'm for it. I'm going to show Hannah a brief picture of the cover. It looks really
They
fun.
look like that one guy kind of looks like a pig.
I will put picture up in the notes. The DC Future State's coming to an end.
Mm-hmm.
And
That's what you said.
I read the last book of Catwoman, where she was trying to rob a train that had Batman on it. And that had a good ending. I also finished Nightwing. We talked about it briefly. That was the issue where Nightwing and the new Batman, where Nightwing allowed the magistrate to find out where he was so they could battle him. And all of the Bat family comes and they destroy the magistrate. So It was a good book. I like
That's
the
awesome.
Nightwing and the Catwoman book. Those are my two faves from that. Another books that people should be reading right now if they're not is Iron Man, which is actually on issue 6.
Didn't we talk
And
about that last week?
I don't know if we did it. We talked about Iron Fist.
Iron Fist. Iron
Yeah.
Heart.
Yeah, Iron Fist, Iron Heart it was Iron Fist.
Okay.
But and we did talk about Iron Heart. There was a female who's going to be
New
joining
Mutants.
nope, in the
No,
DC
Young.
no, the Marvel universe thingy. They're going to have her Young Avengers.
That's what
Iron
it
Heart.
is.
Yeah.
A little,
Young Avengers.
woo, buddy. My brain just went. Blah, blah, blah.
We went all over, didn't we?
Okay,
But
I'm
the
with you
Iron Man
now.
comic book is fantastic. If anybody, it's well written. The story is interesting. I definitely give it 2 thumbs up. People should read it. And I talked briefly about the Guardians of the Galaxy being so good. Now that Peter Quill's back and he has the power of all the Olympian gods have shown up and they're going to do battle. Yeah.
They want their
So,
powers back, man.
yeah, I'm really digging Iron Man. It's really good. He's basically he's not the pompous jerk. He's got a ragtag group of C-level superheroes helping him.
So cool.
And yeah, it is and it isn't. I don't know. They feel like they're almost expendable. But
Oh, we don't like
yeah.
that.
No, we don't like that.
Dad, I remembered something that I watched.
What?
I watched this thing on Disney Plus called Marvel 616.
Oh, I saw that. Did you watch the whole thing?
I did not watch the whole thing. I watched.
Do you know what Marvel
one.
616 is?
No.
That is the Prime Earth. We are where all the regular
616.
superheroes of Marvel take place is Earth 616.
Yeah. Okay. Awesome. Okay.
what is that?
watched. So it's like a documentary series of different aspects of Marvel. I watched
Gotcha.
2 episodes. I watched an episode about cosplayers who cosplay Marvel costumes. And then I watched one about female creators in like comic book creators in the Marvel comics. So
Cool.
some like the woman who created Power Pack. Like she was interviewed. Do you know what I'm talking about?
I don't remember her unless it was Louise Simonson. I don't know or Ann Nocenti.
I don't remember their names, but it was
I
the
can't remember who it
artist.
I love
And
Power Pack. I collected every issue when I was collecting comic books in the 80s. I had every issue of Power Pack.
And it was really interesting. They talked a lot about how it used to be that girls and boys would both buy all of these comics. And like in the 20s and 30s, that there were like female superheroes like who went and like did like Miss Fury was a famous one in the 20s and 30s, and how she went and like did all of these different things. But because of the Great Depression and some other things, when World War II ended, that that kind of left, but like how women were still doing work in Marvel comics, and then how what they're doing now. So they talked about the episode I watched was called Higher, Further, Faster, and it was about the woman who's in charge now of like who edits for all of the Miss Marvel and Captain Marvel.
Gotcha.
The line that cracked me up was that they were doing a revamp of Captain Marvel, and they were making her like what we think about Captain Marvel now. And what the guy said was, well, if we're going to do that, we need to put her in pants.
Why is that?
Because she like they put her in pants and she was no longer wearing high-heeled shoes. So she's wearing boots now and she's got pants.
Gotcha.
Because before that she was wearing
Dancing
heels.
cheek to cheek and pants to pants.
And I just thought that was really interesting. It was
That is cool.
really cool. It was cool I forgot that I had even watched it.
Yeah, but
I
you could
watched
still
it.
wear cool boots with pants.
I'm just saying. I just thought that was really interesting.
Yeah, who in the world can battle in high heels? That seems crazy. Anyway,
Not me.
I mean, if you can, you're way to go.
Killing the
couldn't do
game.
it.
Killing
I
the
know,
game, my
killing the
dudes.
I know it. Well, that's it for my comics. I could talk
Cool.
about comics all day long, but then
Yeah,
it
you
would take
could.
forever. So I don't want to
We
do
love
that.
that though.
I know. So go ahead.
We watched Rogers and Hammerstein's Cinderella
from 1997.
from 1997. It's on Disney Plus. It has so many awesome famous people in it. Brandy's in it. Whitney Houston is in it. Whoopi Goldberg is in it. Big Daddy Warbucks is in it. Don't know his
Victor
actual
Graber.
name.
Victor Graber. That's hilarious. Victor Graber. Jason Alexander from Seinfeld.
Mm-hmm.
Some guy who plays the prince. Who his last name is
his-
Montalban, but I don't know that he'd been anything else.
I don't know.
Let me give you a little bit of history on this. Are you
Okay,
ready for
bring it
the
on.
history?
Yeah.
So, there was a movie. I can't remember what it was called. Gypsy, maybe, that came out. But anyway, in 1993, Whitney Houston
Bernadette Peters.
Bernadette Peters. Yes, she's in it. Fantastic. In 1993, Whitney Houston wanted to do Cinderella and offered it to CBS. She wanted to be Cinderella. But it took them so long to get around to it that
Was she too old?
Well, no, here's the deal. In 1997, ABC decided we're going to revamp our Wonderful World of Disney, because they used to put that on when I was a kid. We would watch Wonderful World of Disney after Mutual of Omaha's Wild Kingdom. I don't know, Lawrence Welk and something else anyway. But their Wonderful World of Disney was on Sunday nights. So they wanted to revamp that. So in order to do that, they wanted to really do a big kickoff. So somebody said, hey, Whitney Houston's been wanting to do a Cinderella movie. So they said, Whitney, you want to do this? She goes, yeah, but I've got so much going on. I have a family. I don't have time. I can't be I would love to be Cinderella, but I feel like I'm too old to be Cinderella now. But Brandy was a friend of hers and said, let's make Brandy be Cinderella. So they offered it to Brandy, and she said yes. Whitney decided, I'll be the fairy godmother. That way I don't have to be there a whole lot, just a little bit of time. It cost $12 million to make.
Yeah,
it's still considered one of the most expensive made-for-TV movies.
And it is made for TV. Like, if you go back and watch it, there are commercial breaks, man. It like goes black and then it comes back, and I'm like, yes.
Do you realize who was? That's the third time that they've done the Rodgers and Hammerstein Cinderella on TV. The original in 1957.
No way.
Guess who played Cinderella?
This
was
Julie
8
Andrews.
years. Yes, 8 years before Sound of Music.
That's the Cinderella that I watched. That we talked about, and has like the horses and they just move their legs like they're pieces of paper.
That's hilarious.
That's the Cinderella that I also watched.
That is so funny.
They have like pieces of paper and their legs move back and forth.
Go ahead, Hannah. You said this is on Disney Plus.
This is on Disney Plus.
Okay, I'm going to say this, and Hannah's probably already said. She has said it at the beginning. This is my favorite Cinderella.
This is the best Cinderella movie that you can watch.
Absolutely.
Period.
I agree 100%. Even better than the one that they made just 5 or 6 years ago? Disney.
I would say that it's better than that film, just because this film is just so excellent, and I'm a musical person. Like, if you're not a person who loves musicals, this is a musical.
Yes. And it's well acted. Here's what I wish they could have done now.
Okay, what?
If it were made now, this is what they would do. They would make it the same way they made like Les Mis.
Where and have them like sing
it as they're doing it, because it's evident that they're
lip syncing in some parts,
but it's well done lip syncing.
Yeah, phenomenal.
But I think that I would feel more emotion from Brandy if because
kills it though, man.
I think her acting is the weakest point in the movie, to be honest with you.
Is she an actress though, or is she a singer?
Exactly. And that's the thing. She is not. This was brought up by another member of my small group, that she is not a Broadway performer. So she's a
singer.
She's a singer, and the songs are great. That's the only thing I would want different.
She brings a sweetness to Cinderella, though.
Yes.
Like, her Cinderella is sweet.
Yes. I think the best singing and acting characters in that movie is the Wicked Stepmother and the sisters.
And the sisters. Heck yes. Bernadette. No.
Peters. Yeah, Bernadette Peters is the mom.
Phenomenal. She is Broadway royalty.
But that's right. This is what she does.
She sings "Falling in Love with Love," and I'm like, yes, you're right. Whatever you say,
really doing it. And the two Wicked Stepsisters are great.
So good. Their little like "Why Would a Fella" song, and they're like pulling each other, and then one of them's like, "And I can break a little too." At first, I thought of my eyelashes.
Yes, and she's flattering her eyelashes or whatever.
Like with a stiff wind or something. I'm like, oh goodness.
Interesting thing about this came out in 97. This, I think, is the first production I ever remember seeing with a completely diverse cast. So, it worked. So Whoopi Goldberg is the mom.
She's the queen.
She's
She's not just mom. She's the queen, Dad.
Victor Graber is the dad.
Big Daddy Warbucks is the king.
And the son is Filipino. So
his name's Paulo. I looked it up.
Who, and it worked.
And not once did I was like, yes, this is their family.
Not once as a small child did my kids go, this doesn't make any sense.
I was like, he's the prince.
No, and he was really good in it.
We used
Rupert. What's his name?
His Royal Highness. Christopher
Rupert. And then
Vladimir. Carl Alexander.
Herman?
Gregory James. For those of you who don't know, I love this musical in part because it's so formative of my childhood experience and it's just so much fun to watch. And they don't make musicals like this anymore where they have like giant styrofoam cakes that Lionel is just parading through and everyone's
Lionel
doing all of these dances.
It's Jason Alexander, who is great in it. So Jason Alexander from Seinfeld is basically the
steward.
Yes. So there's King, Queen, Prince, Lionel. Right?
Yeah.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
And so he does whatever they say, but Lionel still has the good. He's a good guy.
Yeah, he cares about the prince, and he also cares about the king and queen too.
Right. I love there's a scene where Bernadette Peters is trying to get her daughters to dance more with the prince, and she tries to hit on Jason Alexander's character Lionel, and she goes, I feel like there's nothing in between us.
I feel like there's something between us.
I feel like there's something between us. And he goes, oh, I wish there was something between us.
A continent.
A continent. I laughed. That's so funny. This is a movie for everyone. If your children have not seen this,
watch it.
You should watch it and watch it with them. It is completely innocuous. I mean, there's nothing bad about it. The music is great.
Phenomenal.
It is a Cinderella story, and it has a great ending because Cinderella has a great ending. And go ahead, Hannah. What were you going to say?
So good. It's just so good.
Yes.
It's so sweet. Whitney Houston kills it.
Whitney Houston does a fantastic job. Everyone who sings does well. Even Whoopi Goldberg.
Yeah, Whoopi Goldberg sings a song. She sings like a reprise or a reprise, if you will.
She doesn't sing a song. She sings
Do you love her because she's wonderful?
Or is she wonderful because you love her? I like that question.
Yeah.
The cool thing is that they meet in the market not knowing who each other are at the beginning of the movie.
And he likes her. I was watching them and they like kind of look at each other and she just like a little double take like, oh, okay. Like looks him up and down as they're like standing up and she's like shy and is like, oh no, I'm good. I got all my packages. Leave me alone.
They aren't even her packages. They're
not. They're
working her to a bone. But yeah.
Stepsister's packages.
It's the bleeping stepsisters.
What?
Bleeping.
Okay.
Yeah.
I was in this musical. Not this particular one, but in high school I played the fairy godmother.
Yes, you did.
And I lived my Whitney Houston dream. We had
an entire multicultural cast as well.
We did.
One of the best casting decisions for that movie, which got a lot of flack, was the Wicked stepsisters were played by two guys.
It was awesome. Sam and Chris.
Yes. Shout out to them. It was totally fantastic. They were the best as the Wicked stepsisters. And so there you go.
Sweet. So sweet.
So Brandy does a great job job singing. The acting could be better.
Her acting was great.
Here's the deal. If you're going to watch this, kids won't care because the music is good.
I didn't even care.
And you'll get it stuck in your head. I've had my own little corner of the world stuck in the head since Hannah said, hey, let's watch this. And I was like, and then followdy doodly doddly or whatever the heck she says.
All-de-roll and fiddle-dee-dee. Fiddle-dee, faddle-dee-faddle.
All the dreamers in the world
are poppycock and twaddle.
There you go. I don't even know what that means. Or lazy in the noodle or something. Yeah.
Fiddly faddly foodle.
So we've been hitting the Disney movies quite hard, haven't we?
I love them.
Yeah. So
It's okay. I'm fine.
I
I'm
can't believe it
fine.
took I can't believe it took them so long to bring it out. I mean, P.S.
I
We
think maybe
also
somebody owned it.
no, this was Disney did it. Remember, they did it for Wonderful World of Disney,
I don't know.
ABC. Yeah, especially, and we talked about this a couple weeks ago. HBO Max just dropped the Static Shock cartoon series
Just now?
just like last week.
Of course. Right after we talked about it, they dropped it. And so we
Well, that's
missed watching
why
it.
they were
They
one of our 6 followers, and they listened
One
to
of
our
our
podcast
5
and thought-
listeners
one of our
are the
5
people who's in
listeners are
charge of HBO Max.
you know it. I can't
Unlikely.
help it. Hey, impossible things are happening everywhere.
Every day.
Every day. Sorry, it's another song from the musical. All right, so that's that for that. We're going to talk about the first
2 issues.
Well, we're gonna talk about the first comic book character of African descent in mainstream comics,
Yes.
and that is the Black Panther. We're not going to hit on the movie so much. We're just going to talk about his
The 2
appearance
issues.
and origin, which took place in
Dad's favorite
Fantastic
comic
Four,
book ever. Fantastic
issue
Four.
52 and 53. So this
Do you
came
have them
out-
in front of you?
I have them in front of me.
You have
gonna
issues. You have the
52.
2 in front of you?
And 53.
That is
Yes.
so cool.
I have those.
Those are old, Dad.
1966. This
That's
came out in July and August of 1966. Hannah and I read this. Hannah read this comic digitally.
I did.
I bought.
Facts.
This is a great comic book to purchase if you want to purchase it. I would suggest getting the hard copy if you can find it. I just can't find it. But it is called The Black Panther Epic Collection, The Panther's Rage. It pulls together Fantastic Fours 52 and 53 and Jungle Action 6 to 24, which has a fantastic run in it called Black Panther versus the Klan, which was extremely controversial at the time, considered probably the first ever graphic novel.
That's cool. I didn't know that.
That's
That's
basically
interesting.
yes. And great run. But we're going to talk about issues 52 and 53,
Yeah.
which show the introduction of the Black Panther.
Yeah. I
So-
read them digitally, like you said. It wasn't bad. Like, it
No.
wasn't hard for me to read
Did you
them
read it on your,
digitally.
how'd you read it? On your
I read it on my
computer or
iPad.
So could you make the pictures bigger or smaller?
I didn't try.
Okay. I struggle seeing. We've had this discussion before.
Yes.
I downloaded the Kindle app on my computer, could not figure out how to make it bigger. I could not read this comic book on
Mm.
my computer. Just couldn't. I ended up looking at it on my phone because I could pinch and make it bigger.
You could
The
zoom on
panel's
your
bigger.
phone. Yeah, I could read it fine.
Gotcha.
I could read it fine on my iPad.
First of all, colors. What did you think?
I thought the colors were good.
Isn't it great? That's Jack Kirby, the king. They call him the king. So this was drawn by Jack Kirby, written
Cool.
by Stan Lee. So created by, yes, takes place in the Fantastic Four comic book.
Mm-hmm.
What do you think, Hannah?
I enjoyed it. Anytime that a character is introduced by, or like a group of people is encouraged to go to a place to like pass a test that they don't even know that they're in a test for, that's just like a pet peeve of mine. Like, it's just kind of tropey to me. Like, why can't
Well,
you
you know
just
what?
say, hey, I
Here's the
need your
deal.
help?
In 1966, this was new.
Okay.
You see what I'm
So
saying?
it wasn't a trope when it came out. But
54,
at this
55
point,
years ago.
at this
no.
point, it's a trope.
Right. Yeah.
So that was just kind of like, and I don't know. I think that also might just be like, I, as a female, and I'm more of like a relational type of person, and so I'd rather
Right.
just someone be
Well,
like,
set the-
hey,
set the
I have a
stage.
problem. Will you come help me?
Right.
Rather
But-
than, hey, let's fight, and then I can decide if you're worthy of helping me.
Let's set the stage of the story. So the story starts in New York with the Fantastic Four.
They're
and an
driving a fancy
emissary
new thing.
that rides on magnetic waves that was
Mhm.
created in
in
Wakanda.
Wakanda.
And the chief of Wakanda had sent his emissary there to invite the Fantastic Four to come to Wakanda, and they had
Mm-hmm.
given them that ship, like a car to drive on.
Yeah.
And so Reed Richards is pretty much considered one of the smartest people in the world,
Yes.
and he is amazed.
He's like, I don't know what this technology is.
This is amazing.
Yeah.
Yes. And let's go. We're invited. Let's go. And then, like Hannah says, they come to find out
It's a
it's
trap.
not a test for them.
It's
a test. No, it's a test for the Black Panther.
Okay.
If I can defeat the Fantastic Four,
Then I
I'm
can
ready
Gotcha.
to fight the villain.
Okay.
That's
gotcha.
that's the first issue. That's issue 52.
Gotcha.
And so
Who's the guy that's with the Fantastic Four?
that is the reason they win. The fifth guy.
Yeah.
So what happens in the comic book is they go to hey, we're going to go to Wakanda. Let's go get Johnny.
Let's
He's
get
at
Johnny.
college. So
And
we'll
they
get
go get
Johnny,
Johnny.
and we'll get his roommate that sleeps all the time, who is Wyatt Wingfoot, who is American Indian.
Oh.
Which is why
Cool.
he talked about this tribe is different than other tribes, because he's an American Indian.
Oh,
And
I didn't
he
realize
has,
that.
He has no superpowers. Yes.
No, he doesn't. He's just a regular dude. They're
Like
like,
a
let's bring
football
this.
player
He's
type.
literally just like sleeping in the back.
Yeah. It
And
doesn't
I'm
even
like-
wake up when the thing is there and all that kind of stuff. And they take Wyatt with them. So basically, the Black Panther traps all of them with his devices. And the only way they get out is because he didn't plan for Wyatt to be there,
Mm-hmm.
the roommate, and who is a very intelligent and strong person anyway.
Mm-hmm.
And he does he break Johnny out, or anyway, he gets one of them loose, and then
They all
they're
can
able to
get
get them
loose.
all loose, and they don't
Dad, you got stuck.
necessarily basically
You got stuck. Will you start it? They don't necessarily again. You glitched.
I know, I just saw that. They don't
Oh.
necessarily beat each other up or nothing. They just come to a decision that we need to stop and talk this out. And then
Good, as they should.
they get the story. The next issue gives the story
With
and set
claw.
the Claw, which people who have seen the movie know who Ulysses S. Claw is.
Mhm.
And so he's the master of sound.
Mhm.
He turned sound into matter using Wakandan technology and vibranium, which can only be found in Wakanda.
Which he
so-
stole.
They set up the Black Panther. This is in 1966 now, as possibly the richest man in the world.
Mm-hmm.
Not only that, one of the smartest men in the world,
Mm-hmm.
a highly technologically advanced country,
Mm-hmm.
and the heart of Africa. So
It's awesome.
I know that's
And with
the
there's like a red giant elephant.
and a gorilla the same way, but that's because it was matter created out of sound being controlled
Claw.
by Claw, correct. And those characters were trying to I lost you there. Those
My
characters
headphones unplugged.
those were sent by Claw to destroy Wakanda. You come to
Yes.
find out the background of Black Panther. What did you get from that?
So his dad, that they were like a regular quote unquote air quotes like tribe,
Mhm.
and then the dad was like the chieftain was trying to help these people, but then they got greedy and stole stuff and then killed
they
the
killed him.
dad, and then
For 10 years, the Black Panther's been
silent.
T'Challa has
hiding.
been trying. Yeah, no, not in training. He's gone to all the biggest colleges and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah,
and
he went to all of these like schools and like learned all of these different types of martial arts and stuff like that.
And at the end, he has to end up with the help of the Fantastic Four. They end up battling the minions from Claw, and the Black Panther goes and
Fights Claw.
fights Claw. But he doesn't really have to fight Claw. He's like, you forget that I'm a scientist too. And he basically destroys his
thing.
his workshop, or whatever, his
Except
matter sound converter.
at the very end, Claw gets inside of it.
Correct. And then Claw shows back in issue 56 of the Fantastic Four as a new villain, which I just happened to 56,
Spooky.
which I actually happen to have that as well.
What is
So
who what?
that was
What is
Claw.
he?
He's all red and everything with his little
That's weird.
sonic arm. So yeah. So that is the origin of Black Panther, and first introduced in 1966.
That's so cool.
And actually, the next African descent character is the Falcon, which is introduced in 1969. Then in 1971, we get John Stewart, the Green Lantern, right? Then we get Luke Cage, which many people have seen off of the Netflix series.
Yep.
And then in 1977, Black Lightning gets his first comic book. And guess what? Black Panther gets one the same year. You don't think that was on purpose, do you?
That was on purpose because Black Lightning's DC.
Right. Yeah. I was trying to find out which one came out first.
And it was Black Lightning.
I don't know. I couldn't find out. But I didn't look really hard. So.
I can just Google what.
But now Black Panther was in a comic book that ran before that called Jungle Action, but he didn't get his own title until 1977. The Black Panther #1 came out. So there you go. A little bit of history of the Black Panther. By the way, and we'll just mention this briefly because we all love Chadwick Boseman as the Black Panther in the movies. I don't know if you know this or not, but they had already recorded him for the 2021 What If cartoon.
I did not know that.
He voices the Black Panther in the 2021, the cartoon coming out, What If cartoon coming out. Yeah, it was already recorded. So there you go. That's it for our character profile and comic book of the week. And
That's
now I want to tell everyone. First of all, share the subscribe, share, all that kind of stuff.
Yes.
We want more than just the HBO Max people listening to our podcast.
You're funny, Dad. The
now,
HBO Max
spoilers.
People.
Spoilers, WandaVision, spoilers.
WandaVision,
ready?
Episode 7
been warned.
Down.
It's been Agatha all along.
Who's been ruining everything? It's been Agatha all along. Dad, do you know why that song bops so much?
It's like the Munsters, like you said.
Know? But do you know who wrote it?
No, who?
Kristen Anderson Lopez and Robert Lopez, the people that
is.
write the Frozen musicals.
Are you serious?
The people who have been writing every theme song for WandaVision and all of the music in WandaVision.
Is that from Frozen?
Are the people who wrote the Frozen songs.
It all goes back to Frozen. I'm going to have to tell the people in my small group that.
Frozen is the best. I love Frozen the most.
By the way, I had a friend text me at 6:50 in the morning on Friday, saying 6:50 in the morning on Friday. Todd, do you have issue 94 of the Fantastic Four? Because it's doubled overnight. And I was like, I had to go check my list. I was like, yeah, I have it. It's the first appearance of Agatha Harkness.
Woo!
And so it went from like $25 to $45. Today I saw one selling for $150.
You bougie.
So, craziness. But yes, Agatha Harkness was introduced in the Fantastic Four as a babysitter for Franklin Richards.
That is not good.
She is a babysitter. Oh no. She's also was the babysitter for Billy and Tommy.
My eyeballs have gotten so big. She literally says, I bit a kid once.
Yeah, I bit a kid once. I know.
I bit a kid once.
All right.
If you listen, okay. So Dad, TikTok. Again, coming in clutch with the things we need to know.
You sent me that flipping TikTok thing.
I sent you so many TikToks about this. It's phenomenal. There is like when Wanda is like, so this was more of like a 2000s like Office.
Yes.
Type of
or
vibe.
Modern Family, they said.
Yeah, Modern Family. The intro music was literally the Office music.
I didn't pay attention. I'll have to listen.
You should go back and listen to it. It is like 100% almost
Office.
exactly the Office music.
But it is like a mockumentary.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It was 100%.
What were you saying? TikTok.
That
was the thing you were showing me. You're off on the tangent now. Well, if you're off on the tangent.
Oh no, I'm back. I'm back.
Go.
When Wanda was sitting there, like kind of talking to the people,
Case of the Mondays.
a person asked her a question.
Yes.
It sounded like a man.
Uh-huh.
If you go back and like someone took it and put it in an auto tuner and took it up an octave, and
It really was
it's
Agatha.
Agatha Harkness.
Oh, by the way, my friends say that now what we should do is we should take the first syllable of our first name and the last syllable of our last name, and that should be our name. Like Agatha Harkness is Agnes. So my name would be Toner.
What would my name be? Hanner?
Hanner.
That's awful.
That is awful. Hanner and Toner. Nice to
I
meet you.
hate it.
Although
Hard
Todd
pass.
is one syllable, it'd be Totter. What's up, Totter?
Hate it.
Yeah. So a lot happened in this episode. You basically see Photon.
She is
saw
Photon.
Electromagnetic waves.
She's 100%
she-
Photon.
Right. She is 100% Photon.
Monica. Yes.
Monica.
She
And
is Photon now.
there is a mid-credit scene. So
I heard a thing that I needed to. So there is a couple things TikTok told me as well. One, Dad, stop.
with
This
the
is
talk.
interesting. Is that we didn't have mid-credit scenes until the 2000s.
gotcha. So that's
Which is why there's that's why there's a mid-credit scene in this one. Another one is apparently the way that we receive television changed in the 2000s. And in 2009, it was no longer antenna waves like the bunny ears.
Yeah.
It was digital.
correct.
And so that could be why they're not in the outside finding it in the bunny ears. They
Gotcha.
could still be broadcasting, but the broadcast could now be
It's
digital
Gotcha.
instead of on the
But
bunny
now
ears.
that Darcy's in the hex, it doesn't matter because she's the one who's handling that. So we still haven't seen who her friend is.
Who we don't know who her friend is.
Some people believe it's the Blue Marvel. Have you heard of that
I
character?
haven't. Who's that?
Yeah, you would have to look that up. Blue Marvel is a friend of hers that I think she had a relationship. He is another character that came out during that period when I didn't collect comic books. So, but the Darkhold book that they talk of that was in
Hate it.
People believe that's their Darkhold. Some people thought it was a Necronomicon, which is but I don't believe that's that.
Oh, I hope it's not the
No,
Necromon.
I think it's the
Oh, I
Darkhold,
hope that's not
which
it.
has ties to Blade, the vampire hunter. Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. had it. It was in a TV show called The Runaways.
I remember the Runaways. I didn't watch it, but I know what you're talking about.
So, yeah.
Did you notice? Okay, so a big thing that happens in this TV show is perspective change.
Mm-hmm.
Like, do you know what I'm talking about?
Yes, I know what you're talking
Like the
about.
bars on top.
Correct. the
When
ratio.
she went into the basement,
Mhm.
the perspective went from TV to real life.
Gotcha.
Which
so from
some people think that when the basement, Agatha's
is real
basement,
life.
is outside of the hex.
Got you. Oh yeah, I see what you mean.
Because like when you're in the hex, it's like full screen, like it's a TV. But when you're outside of the hex, it has the bars on top.
So I read
make
where
sense?
the character who plays Monica Rambeau, Rambeau said that the ending is sad. But the whole show's been sad. So really, in a way, it's sad.
Darcy coming in clutch though, man.
Yes.
Very funny that she was the escape artist. That was
I
hysterical.
knew. I was like, what's she going to be chained to? I didn't know what she was going to be
And she
chained
was
to.
chained to a car.
Yes, that was
Hysterical.
funny. And so
And Vision, are you our new clown?
basically, are you a clown? But basically, she was there just so that she could tell Vision why he's really
I've
dead.
heard some fan theories that she is going to turn, like there's apparently Vision has a best friend who's a woman who's like
have no
helping
idea who
him
that
and stuff
is.
like that.
No clue.
No idea.
Don't know anything about that.
Never mind.
Anyway, I'm totally lost. So I'm on the ride. There's theories abound. I'm still not 100% convinced that Agatha Harkness is the villain.
I
Because
don't
she's
think
not really a villain in Marvel lore. But neither were, the Kree are. But so are the Skrulls. So
there's also some fan theories
who's Ralph?
that the mailman might
What?
be Ralph. Because
No,
the
there's no
mailman
way.
has only talked to Agatha
Gotcha.
and followed them
Gotcha.
in this episode.
But now we know that the dude wants the weapon. That's all he wants. He wants Vision as a weapon.
Mm-hmm.
What's his name? Hayward?
Hayward. And
Whatever.
Agent Wu, coming in clutch.
By the way, I'm trying to learn how to do that magic trick where I flip the card out because I went down that rabbit hole. There's a guy showing how to do it on YouTube.
Good for you, Dad.
Yeah, that was funny.
That's so funny. Okay.
There we
Perfect.
go. That's all I've got.
Yeah,
I can't
that's all
wait
I've
to see.
got, too.
We got 2 more.
2 more episodes, and they're
episodes.
each supposed to be an hour long.
All right, I'm here for
This
it.
one was an hour long, quote unquote, but it was like 30 minutes of like actual stuff for us to watch.
Gotcha.
Like it wasn't
Okay.
the
I'm
subtitles
ready
last
for the
forever.
big. We still haven't got the big reveal of who's coming. The big.
Mm-mm.
So I can't wait. I'm afraid I hope it's not like the flipping Luke Skywalker thing at the end of Force Awakens where you just get to,
I think it might be Doctor Strange because there were some other fan theories
that's
about
too obvious.
Doctor Strange is trying to contact her.
It's too obvious. Doctor Strange is too obvious. It's
I
got to
don't
be
know.
somebody else.
We'll see.
He's
You glitched again, Dad.
not a dad. Kim Possible's Kim. Oh yeah, my internet connection is unstable for some reason.
Okay.
It
Well,
could be Kim Possible's dad. No, her dad was a brain surgeon. Her mom was a rocket scientist.
yeah.
It could be Kim
It's not
Possible's
brain
mom.
surgery.
Yeah.
It's not rocket
Isn't that funny
science.
that Kim Possible's mom and dad, one was a brain surgeon and one was a rocket scientist?
Phenomenal.
Anyway.
Okay. Thank you so much for
peeps.
listening, sweet friends.
Absolutely.
End
Check us out.
roll. Our lovely art is created by Nathan Dean Turner. He made it in Microsoft Paint. Thanks for doing that. Our intro music is
Absolutely.
created by Brockwell Nason. Hey, he just
Check him
released
out
a
on
cover
Spotify.
of Driver's License, and it bops. So you should check it out on Spotify, Apple Music, wherever it is that you listen. Our research is done by yours truly, as well as Papa,
Papa.
my sweet dad. We're thankful for you. Thanks for hanging
Absolutely.
with us, pals.
We are on Apple, Amazon, Google, Spotify, Podbean. Share it. Get us out there, yo.
Yeah.
So that it doesn't matter. You don't have to share it. We're going to keep doing this anyway. So,
Woo woo. Well,
Woo-hoo.
we are thankful for you. Have a great day, internet friends.
all right.
Talk to
Bye-bye.
you later, Gator. Okay.
I glitched twice.
You did
Internet.
glitch twice. We're still on Facebook. So, Facebook friends, thanks for hanging with us.
That's right.
We will catch you next week. Maybe next week.
Maybe. I don't know.
Maybe
Next
in
week we
person
might
next
not.
week.
Well,
We'll
are
figure
in
that
person,
out.
But your buddy will be here, so I don't know how.
She's going back that day.
Oh,
I'm stopping the live
Sunday?
stream. Bye.